From the time I was doing Sam and Friends, I had a great partner to work with, and his name was Frank Oz. Frank and I worked together for more than 30 years. I asked Frank to join the Muppets right out of high school, and from that point on, we were a dream team. I started out as a mentor to Frank and saw him as a little brother. But as we grew and worked, that bond became stronger, and Frank really became my best friend. The fun we created together are memories that will last a lifetime. Together, Frank and I created and delivered some of the most famous Muppets of all. I guess I have to start with Ralph. Ralph was a brown dog that I had created to do Purina Dog Chow commercials. Unfortunately, Rolf was too big for one puppeteer, so Frank and I worked together to make him come alive. Rolf hit it big time when he became the regular on the Jimmy Dean Show. I have to tell you, Frank and I had a great time working together with Rolf and Jimmy Dean. Then there came an offer to do a children's show called Sesame Street. It was a new concept that young children could learn from watching television. Frank and I talked about this a lot. I was not sure I wanted to because I did not want our Muppets to just be for children and lose our adult audience. Frank and I decided it was a good thing and a great way to introduce our characters to the world. Frank and I created two characters for Sesame Street that were friends, and their names were Bert and Ernie. Frank was Bert and I was Ernie. Many people that worked with us on Sesame Street said that these two Muppets reminded them of us. We were not just the puppeteers underneath Bert and Ernie, but we were them, or they were us. Really not sure which it was. The best part of it all is that Bert and Ernie were as famous as Laurel and Hardy or Abbott and Costello, and that's saying something. I could not imagine not having Bert and Ernie and their antics on Sesame Street. I could not imagine not working with my wingman and partner. Frank and I were as close as in our world as Bert and Ernie were in theirs.